Hey there, so I want to talk about ego bruising. Now, every now and then, a situation in our outer experience will trigger this kind of bruising of the ego, and it does actually feel like a bruising of sorts. I often locate it in my belly area, and it's quite fiery. It's a burning sensation. Now, I guess it's sort of a mixture between failure, shame, humiliation, and those kind of feelings. And it can often go unnoticed, or unnoticed in the way that we actually are not able to identify that it's actually an ego bruising. So it takes a certain level of courage to admit to ourselves that that's what we're feeling, and a certain level of authenticity and awareness itself to even recognize that it's actually happening. So certain events that can actually trigger an ego bruising, maybe you may not get the job that you thought that you would get. You may be secretly in competition with another person and they are victorious in a way. Maybe someone criticizes you, or on a macrocosmic level, perhaps maybe you lose all of your money or your social status. So yeah, the ego bruising, it does occur, and first of all, we really want to be aware of when this is happening. When can you feel that fiery sensation in your gut, that kind of feeling? Then yeah, that's the ego bruising. Our self-image appears to have been deflated and decreased in a way. So if you're watching this video, then you're probably undergoing this process of expanding your consciousness, elevating your awareness, and that means that you are going through an alchemical transformation. It's the same thing as turning base metals into gold. The equivalent is actually just happening within the inner workings of our consciousness. We're alchemizing our consciousness. So the thing is that this alchemical process is widely known to be split into 7 different stages, and one of those stages is called calcination. So when we undergo this ego burning, it's actually a very important and crucial part of the alchemical process, and we're always going through these stages. So the calcination stage is happening when you are experiencing that ego bruising. It's burning up the ego, it's burning up this self-image. And it's a very important process because in order to build something new, we must first destroy the old. When our ego is bruised, this is a burning up of the egoic sense of self. It's the image that we've identified with for so many years, and this egoic identity is actually likely holding us back on our journey and quest for transformation. So when the ego is burned, when we feel that bruising sensation, what we're doing is we're actually coming face to face with our egoic identity, and we're really kind of letting that fire burn us up into ashes. It's pretty cool, actually, I think. Now, because this calcination process is something that I am aware of, because it's something that I have chosen to incorporate into my belief system, my whole attitude towards this experience changes, and I'm able to find a lot of peace within this process. So, when I witness these events occur, whether it's on a microcosmic level or a macrocosmic level, when I witness these events occur and I become aware that calcination is what I'm experiencing, then I'm instantly kind of graced with this deep sense of observation and detachment and just all-round acceptance of the process as it unfolds. Now, I guess I'm just more than happy to let these old parts of myself burn to ashes, because I know that they're this crucial part of my transformation. So the mind always creates this story when this event happens that triggers an emotional reaction. The mind creates this story in the mind. Now, because of my kind of change in attitude, I'm actually able to let the story go, and my mind no longer tries to defend itself and protect itself in this situation. It no longer tries to resist, excuse me, it no longer tries to resist the process in any way. This huge weight is lifted off of my shoulders. My emotional body, it's there, the sensation is there, but the weight is lifted and the heaviness is gone. So I'm able to see the bigger picture. I'm able to recognize how this is benefiting me in that moment. And the event itself is, I'm able to flow through it with more ease and grace. Yes, our egoic sense of self, our egoic image has shrunk in size, but really our actual sense of self has not diminished at all. In fact, it's actually expanded into something so much more. Oh, there's a daddy long legs on the camera. I don't know if you can see that. Cute. So it hasn't diminished. Our sense of self, it has not diminished. Our egoic identity has shrunk, yes, but our sense of self has not. In fact, our sense of self has actually expanded into something so much more greater and deeper. This spaciousness has actually kind of been risen, been born out of the ashes. This spaciousness, and that spaciousness is so much more representative of our true nature beyond the egoic identity, beyond the egoic sense of self and this separation. That spaciousness is more representative of oneness. So when you next experience these ego-bruising events in your life, just remember this, because you see, all is mind. Everything is a result of what we are thinking, essentially. So much of it, anyway. So really what we must do in order to glide through our experiences with more mastery is to just simply change our attitude. And when you realize that these ego-bruising situations come to serve you in your expansion, and it's just this merely this burning calcination process that is actually very crucial, when you realize that, everything changes. And you're able to really settle into that detachment that is much needed, because that ego bruising, it's not nice. The sensation isn't pleasant within, that it creates within. It's not a pleasant sensation. But a simple tweak in our attitude can really enable us to dance through it more gracefully. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please comment below, like or subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in the videos to come. So thank you. Bye 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 bye. I was just walking home and there was just something else that I wanted to say about this subject, and that is humor. So the ego, it is mischievous, but it's also quite comical, really, when you're able to see the bigger picture. So if you can see the bigger picture and you're able to find laughter within the event, just laugh at the ego. It has this effect on diminishing it as well, because the ego exists within seriousness. So playfulness and humor is a great way as well to change your attitude towards this ego kind of calcination process.